Arg! Ahoy there, matey! Welcome aboard the world of boating.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
I was just looking into buying a boat of my own.
Call World of Boating toll-free now at 1-8888-28-BOAT. That's 1-888-828-BOAT.
And welcome. This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate, and Barry the Boater rounding out the crew as we attempt to navigate the latest boating news and information, and just talk about me as well, because I just got back from the Emerald Isle, Ireland. Yeah, it wasn't my first or second; it was my third visit to the. No, it was my first. I just wanted to say
it was
turd.
your first. Well, you're disgusting. You know, it is a beautiful August day here.
Yeah, in Florida, where we're based. It probably is nice in Ireland today too. Actually,
No, you didn't hear what I said, though.
what do you mean?
I
Top
said
of the
it's a
morning to you.
It's a beautiful August day.
Oh, that's right. It's not August.
Yeah.
What is your point?
It's 94 degrees
Yeah, right. Exactly.
on May 9th with a feel-like temperature, a heat index of 99.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a bit
That-
of a shock to the system when we landed on Aer Lingus back
Air
here in Ireland.
what?
Aer Lingus, that's the airline, the national airline of Ireland, I believe.
Really?
Aer Lingus.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they would like to say Aer
Yeah.
Lingus.
Yeah.
And you arrive at 3:40. You say 40 when it's 40, and 3 is turd. If you're, it's
Uh-huh.
the third person and
The third
row.
person in line. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then what was the other one that they say that I find mildly amusing? There was another one because it comes in threes when
Right.
you're hanging with these Irish folks. It'll come to me. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I've seen a lot of Irish, and they are big and powerful people that would turn you string bean, into mush.
yeah.
So,
Oh, I know
just
what it
be
was.
careful.
Well, the fact that you get to say Aer Lingus, it just sounds like you're talking dirty. But the other thing is when the tour guide would say,
Yeah.
you're gonna get pints for flying on Aer Lingus, and I'm like, pints? So you mean pints of Guinness? No, points.
Oh.
Is what he was saying. I thought we were like gonna be rewarded with pints of Guinness.
You're
I was
lucky
like,
you
how
get
am
a
I going to
bag
drink
of
all this
peanuts.
stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I managed, and I got the shirt. You can see this on YouTube,
Yeah.
Facebook Live, and Twitch today. Drink responsibly. Don't spill any. And
That's
it
right.
it's green.
Oh, that's Homer.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was hard to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. No.
Yeah, exactly. But, I figured, how do we tie my trip to Ireland into the world of boating? Well, of course, who doesn't want the luck of the Irish when you're out on the water?
Well, aren't they surrounded by water?
Yeah, they are. So they,
So-
they have a tendency to boat, obviously offshore. But the most popular route is through the inland riverway, I guess, where people go and they see the countryside and the beautiful vistas of Ireland. When you get off of the coast, at least everywhere we saw, I will say it was pretty rough. They got this thing called wind that I think creates an issue for them out there. I mean, I'm sure they do a lot of boating offshore and stuff of Ireland as well, but the most popular waterway is one of the rivers there. And I can see why, because that's the thing about Ireland. Sure, they have the Guinness, they have the Jameson, and they have, every pub you could imagine. And I tried to visit as many as I could. That's just how I roll when I travel. But when it comes to the scenery that you get on the Emerald Isle, it's unbelievable. I mean, it is a magical place. Green everywhere. Every shade of green you can imagine, and the grassy fields and things like that. So it's an impressive destination. But the main thing they have is luck. The luck of the Irish. Who wouldn't want that when you're out on the water? So I figured, hey, this could be a good day to kind of revisit some of the things you can do as a boater to make sure that your boating outings, you have luck on your side, and you realize there could be some things that you could do to kind of stack the deck in your favor, or you may be accidentally doing some things that are making you less likely while out on the water. So the first is is to adopt a ship's cat. Did you know this, Barry? If you got a cat,
But
you bring
mean
it
you
on
had-
board.
Yeah, you have to adopt it.
Well, you know they consider a cat a good luck charm.
Well,
a
a
boat.
cat's good for getting rid of rats.
Yeah,
So
correct.
On sailing ships, yeah, you would
Yeah.
have a ship's
Started
cat.
that way, and then it became, like a good luck charm. Now, lo and behold, right before I left for Ireland, we added a new kitten to our family. How about that?
Oh,
So
you
I'm
you already
preparing.
stacked the deck.
I'm trying.
Okay.
The other thing associated with good luck while you're out on a boat to get better fishing and calm seas, believe it or not, is having a pineapple or having pineapples on your boat. Did
Really?
you realize that?
Well, I know that we had pineapples when we go diving. There was always a pineapple to chew on when you were done with your dive. I figured it was because they taste good.
Yes.
But
they are
I
a
know you're
tasty
not supposed
treat.
to have bananas on a boat. when
Well,
you
we'll
go.
get to that because
Okay.
bananas are just the opposite, have the
Right.
opposite luck effect.
Well, you're talking about fruit, so
Yeah, but pineapples are a good thing, supposedly, associated with good luck, better fishing, calm seas. Gold jewelry and coins. Wearing gold is believed to prevent drowning, while placing a coin under the mask brings divine protection. So if you're looking for treasure when you're on someone's boat, go take a glance
take
under the mask and just see if they have
the
an expensive
mast or
gold
a
coin.
mast.
Mast.
The
Yeah.
mast of a sailing ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was placed there when they built the ship. That was for good luck.
Yeah. So if you want to dig it out, because it's worth.
Sure, and then watch the mast fall down.
Well,
the
I would
ship
do it at the
sink,
end
and
of
that
the-
would. Oh, okay.
Into the cruise.
At the end of the cruise.
Yeah, but supposedly that brings good luck. Prevent drowning, which yeah. So wear your gold jewelry, and then if you want to take some home, look under the mast.
And you should always have a gold earring on.
Okay, why?
Well, because if you die, that's payment for whoever takes care of your body.
Okay.
If they wrap you up, that's how they get paid. They take your gold earring.
Okay. I'm gonna keep that in mind.
Okay.
Swallows. If you spot these birds, it's
Yeah.
a sign of good luck, indicating the land is
It's
near.
not far. That's
Yeah.
right.
So less
That's-
chance of drowning. I assume.
Well, it's just good to be back on dry land when you're running low on supplies, water, and
right. Okay. Here's another one. Dolphins. So seeing dolphins swimming alongside the boat is a favorable omen.
well, they're always cool to see.
Right. And then hanging a horseshoe
Really?
on the
On a-
mask is to ward off evil spirits and stormy weather. That's another good luck charm you can.
I do
add to
have a
the
horseshoe.
arsenal. Yeah. Have you ever put it on your boat?
No, I've never thought about doing that.
Yeah. I mean, I would assume it would work for, a motorboat too. You just got to put it on there someplace. But it says, hanging a horseshoe to the
Maybe
mast.
that'll get rid of the ghosts that I have in there already.
Evil spirits.
Yeah,
It
could
wards them
be.
off in stormy weather. All right. And then the other thing, St. Christopher medals, often carried for protection during journeys, is another thing. Then they got a few other little tidbits. And this is one I haven't really heard about this one, but and maybe it's just I wasn't paying attention. It'd be the first time on this show ever. But it is bad luck to step on your boat for the first time with your left foot. You should always step on your boat with the right foot. Did you know this?
I've heard something about that,
Yeah.
but I'd have to dig deep into
Yeah,
my old
stepping
memory.
on the boat
on a new boat
with your
you mean the
right
first
foot
time.
is good
Yeah.
luck. If you step on it with your left foot,
Left
that's
foot, it's-
considered bad.
So this is all the time then.
Well, yeah, I guess just to be safe.
Okay.
It doesn't really
Well,
differentiate.
it was
when, but-
probably they probably didn't like left-handed people. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know
you
what,
know-
what the deal is with that, but that was a new one. So you sound like a little that was news to you as well. So
That one, yeah.
okay, well, we knew about the bananas. Having bananas on board is bad luck. We'll cover
Yes,
more
it
of
is.
these things where you can have the luck of the Irish with it when you're boating next on the World of Boating. Stay close.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
explorer in the other 2/3 of your world. Be the buddy who takes the kids in the aquarium instead of just to it. Be adventurous. Be amazed. Be a diver.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why we've added Nanook protective hard cases to our list of products you can now purchase on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. Underwater photographers, listen up. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook protective cases cost less than similar products currently on the market. The company has been around for over 15 years, but it's new to the U.S., so we've made a small number of Nanook cases available exclusively for you at a special introductory price on the merchandise page at scubaradio.com. Go there now and check out Nanook, the evolution of protection.
Traffic sucks, unless you're scuba diving with Mike Scott.
Mike glanced down at his dive computer. It showed less than 50 psi left in his tank. Probably just a few more breaths.
Or riding shotgun in a thrilling car chase.
One bullet hit the Jeep's windshield, spiderwebbing the passenger side. Mike shifted into second gear and felt the Jeep leap forward. This just got serious.
Escape your commute with audiobooks from author Eric Douglas. Download to your phone. Go to booksbyeric.com or audible.com.
Successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the world of boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Come on, Williams, what are you standing around for here? Get on board.
Get on board. Don't fret. Don't try to.
This is the world of boating. Gregor First Mate, that's me, along with Barry the Boater. Okay, so look, I just got back from Ireland, Emerald Isle, and have you ever wondered how you could incorporate the luck of the Irish into your boating activities? That's kind of what we're talking about right now, going through some, superstition type things. Whether you believe in that stuff or not, I think it's always better to stack the deck in your favor just in case. That's how I look at it, at least, Barry. Is that how you look at it, too, or no? Yeah.
I stack the deck in my favor by making sure everything is actually working on the boat. However, you never know when your transducers are going to break off or you're going to get a ghost in your bilge pump. So
that's right. That's right. And the Irish know this stuff. They're experts on luck.
Well,
again, the luck of the Irish.
It's an island surrounded by water. You would think that they have a fairly robust marine industry there. Did you see anything? Did you look at any boats, any ships, anything? Were you near the water at all?
Well, unfortunately, not really. I did see River Cruise one area, and we saw the Cliffs of Moher, which is a famous tourist spot. But that's where I said offshore of Ireland, at least right there, was really rough that day. They have a lot of winds and things. Might be great for sailing. I'm not so sure for power boating and stuff, but it probably just depends on the day and that kind of stuff. And whether or not they had the luck of the Irish with them that day. They had pineapples on board and no bananas.
No bananas.
Yeah.
Guardian. How about Guardian bells, which I have to go look up and see what they look like. It's used to protect boats from gremlins and bad luck, often hung near the engine or the helm.
Okay. Well, you don't want gremlins, that's for sure. Here's one.
Yeah.
Remember, the one that we've already talked about that neither Barry or I were really familiar with is you never step on your boat with your left foot first. You should always step on it with your right foot.
Right foot.
At least according to the stuff I'm reading here.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know that was a thing. The other one that I'm looking at, Well, you don't rename your boat. We know that. That's the
Right.
probably the most common. That's bad luck if you rename your boat. You got to go through special procedures to do it. Otherwise, you're going to invite the spirits in, and I don't mean the spirits like Jameson. I mean the bad ones that'll create problem for you out on the water. But here's one that I don't know if you've heard: refrain from whistling.
Really?
Whistling is seen as a way of challenging the wind and inviting storms.
Well,
How about
yeah,
that?
I mean, the wind when it blows through your rigging on a sailboat will make all kinds of sounds.
Well,
so
right,
that's-
but if you're
I
not
guess.
doing that, I think that's okay. But that was another one I wasn't aware of.
Mm-hmm.
So if you
Okay.
if you see someone on the boat with you and they start whistling, like kick them, stop it! What are you trying to sabotage our trip?
You know, you were talking about a gold coin. There's the St. Andrew talisman, which is a copper coin bearing the patron saint of fishing. It's traditionally thought to watch over fishermen, waves, and weather.
Okay, is that Christopher or Saint Christopher? Which one?
No,
was
that's St. Andrew.
Saint Andrew. Because I thought
Yeah.
we mentioned one about
You
Christopher.
mentioned, St. Christopher. So I guess
Yeah.
there's a few of them out there.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're multiple
about it, you're
saints.
at-
They got a
you
lot of
said
them in Ireland. Yeah.
well, look at the waters. You said it's rough out there. You know, Europe.
yeah.
It's not the North Sea, but
Yeah.
it's a high latitude.
Yeah.
So
Well, here's one that kind of goes against the grain, if you ask me.
go.
After all these tips on how to secure good and avoid bad luck,
Mhm.
don't start your trip on a Friday. That's considered bad luck, believe it or not. It's just thought to bring bad luck. But here's the one that really gets me, because since
What?
we're tying this into Ireland, and what do you associate Ireland with? What color?
Green.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And some sailors believe that wearing the color green is bad luck.
Oh,
Go figure.
well, in that case, you're not going on my boat with that shirt.
I'm not.
Yeah.
It's I'm going to assume it's okay for doing the World of Boating show, but evidently for some sailors,
It's
wearing
not
green
a good idea.
is bad
it's not
luck.
a good thing.
And I'm not a
Um,
big fan of wearing green, to be honest. So I think I'll
Good.
be okay with that. But
you can get good
yeah.
luck from mermaid decor.
what?
Displaying a mermaid figurehead or ornament is thought to help sailors avoid dangerous situations.
Okay, in my experience,
It's mermaids cause more problems than they're
chaos.
worth. Chaos.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with boating per se.
I think that's when you bring the women on board. That's when the chaos starts.
Maybe, but yeah. So like what having a mermaid there at the helm on the on the bow. You think?
Well, decor, like a
taming.
figurehead or something. You know how
Yeah.
ships have figureheads on the bow of the ship.
Right. That's what I'm
It's
saying.
usually, yeah.
The mermaid's there to calm the seas and keep Poseidon at bay. Maybe that makes sense.
Common maritime rituals and symbols, since we're talking about all this. Sea glass art, a thoughtful gift to bring good luck on new adventures. So if you have someone like when Mike finally does his loop,
Yeah.
you might give him a little glass anchor or something like that he could hang up on his yacht.
Yeah, you do that. That's bad luck if I give it, but for you to give it, it is extremely good luck
You
for him.
Cheap. All right, we already,
That's just
we already
called
talked
good
about
planning.
horseshoes.
on
Yeah.
yeah, horseshoes was the thing.
Here's
But-
something interesting.
Uh-huh.
Tattoos.
You think that's good or bad luck? I would say bad.
It says symbols like pigs and roosters, traditionally animals that couldn't swim, meant to bring sailors back to shore, are classic good luck tattoos.
So wait, if you have a pig tattoo,
Or a
that's
rooster,
considered,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
or a what?
Or a rooster.
Pig or a rooster, some land
Yeah.
animal tattoo on your body. That means good luck for the person with the tattoo.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, that's insane because that sounds really goofy.
Traditional ritual.
Would you wear? Wait, hold on. Back up just a.
Yeah,
a tad there.
yeah. No,
Well,
I'm not
what
getting a tattoo.
Yeah, of a pig. I mean,
No.
a rooster. I guess maybe I could see rooster tattoos. Maybe I've seen. I don't think I remember seeing any pig tattoos. Do you?
Well, no, but
I've seen pigs wearing tattoos. but-
tattoos.
That's a whole
I
different.
would put on a couple of anchors, maybe. But that's about it.
Yeah.
But nah, I'm not getting a tattoo.
Yeah.
There is a traditional ritual where wine is poured into the sea before a long journey to ensure safe passage, and that I have heard of before.
Yes. Well, that, and when you're renaming the boat, isn't that part of the thing? You have to break a bottle of wine or something.
Well, that's part of the naming ceremony. It's
Yeah.
known to bring bad luck unless a special renaming ceremony is performed. So
Can you
changing-
imagine you're getting ready to do that, rename your boat, going through all the procedures, and then all of a sudden someone steps on the boat with their left foot instead of the right, screws the whole process, and you're doomed.
drinks the bottle of wine and it never gets dumped in the ocean,
And then-
everything goes wrong.
And then there's a guy off to the side whistling to his heart's content.
Right, and you're
like-
digging the gold coin out from under the mast as it falls through.
Yeah, and everybody is just got back from a trip from Ireland, and they're wearing their touristy green T-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
that
And then
they,
you see
picked
some
up as
guy with a pig
souvenirs.
on his belly tattooed on there.
Right. Yeah, okay. Well, don't be those folks. Now we've
Right.
informed our crew accordingly here on the World of Boating. We got more coming up. Stay close.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network.
Traffic sucks unless you're scuba diving with Mike Scott.
Mike glanced down at his dive computer. It showed less than 50 psi left in his tank. Probably just a few more breaths.
Or riding shotgun in a thrilling car chase.
One bullet hit the Jeep's windshield, spiderwebbing the passenger side. Mike shifted into second gear and felt the Jeep leap forward. This just got serious.
Escape your commute with audiobooks from author Eric Douglas. Download to your phone. Go to booksbyeric.com or audible.com.
Do you have a message or product you need to share with the boating world? Well, look no further than the World of Boating radio show. Just like you, thousands of boating enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to worldofboating.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
You have successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the World of Boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Welcome aboard. I will be your captain. You'll be my scallywags. I don't know what that means, but you will be them. And here's how we play.
Thank you for your attention and welcome aboard.
Let's go.
This is the World of Boating. Greg at First Mayberry, the boater, rounding out the crew as we attempt to navigate the latest boating news and information, share a few little tips on how to, make put the luck of the Irish on your side when you're out there boating. I think we've covered them, as many as we could find, and I'm sure there's a few more, but hopefully you're not leaving it up just to luck. I'm kind of with Barry on the stand, from the standpoint of, you make your own luck if you plan accordingly and that kind of thing. But it never hurts. I will second guess how I board a boat from here on out and always lead with my right foot until I forget.
Here's important.
Yeah.
When you're going to step onto a boat, don't do it with flip-flops on.
With flip-flops? No
Yes.
flippy floppies.
I know from my history,
Yeah.
where I really did a fall getting on my
Right.
boat one time from
Well, I don't think
a
that's,
seawall to my boat on flip-flops, and that was a disaster.
Well, I don't think that's an issue of luck. I think it's just
Well, that was
common
stupidity.
sense. Yeah.
Well, no, I didn't think about it. I
Mhm.
wear my flip flops everywhere. They're that if I have a tattoo, if you looked at the top of my foot, it looks like a flip flop. That's how much.
when you slipped and fell on your ass,
Yeah.
did you
Oh, I didn't
step
just fall on
on
my ass.
did you step on the boat with your left foot? Do you remember?
I don't recall.
I
All
bet you
know
did.
Is that the flip flop slipped? I slid between the boat and the concrete seawall and sliced up my foot on the barnacles. It was painful.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Well,
I do not.
don't be Barry.
I toss
whatever
them
you
in
do.
the boat and I go barefoot or I have regular shoes on.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well,
So left or right, it doesn't matter. No
Yeah.
flip flops.
there's some common sense involved there, but no whistling. Lead with your right foot when you step on the
Right.
boat for the first time, at least. After that, I mean, if you forget, I would hope you wouldn't be penalized.
I think
but
I do use my right foot first now that I think about it, because I'm now you got me thinking about it.
See?
I got to see
we're
what
not going to be
happens
able to
next
think
time.
about
Yeah.
getting on the boat the same way ever again.
Yeah.
And don't wear green. Pack a pineapple. And no whistling.
Pack a
Whatever you do.
pineapple.
No
Okay.
whistling. All right.
Well,
So, yeah. That's what you're
Um,
going to do to get the luck of the Irish on your side when you're boating.
I think we're gonna have to give West Marine some pineapples.
Yeah, they need something. Maybe if they had
Yeah.
a section in their boating centers for, hey, buy these things if you want to make sure you're going to be lucky on your next boating outing. Because there's rumors they're going to file for bankruptcy.
Well,
And this,
there-
by the way, this has been going on for the last couple of years. This isn't necessarily new news, but a story broke this past week that sounds like it's imminent, or it could be happening sooner as opposed to later.
there's different types of bankruptcy, and what they are looking to do is to possibly with their private equity owners, they're laying the groundwork for a potential Chapter 11 bankruptcy, which is a reorganization.
Right.
And what they're trying to do is restructure their debt, including leases. Now, I think West Marine did a lot of expanding. I know I've seen their places in Naples. They had built one out where I am, out in the West here. Their main place, they built a brand new superstore off of 84. Remember the original West Marine? It was like a little thing off US 1. Well, they built a big one off 84 near your favorite breakfast restaurant, 84 Diner, whatever it's called.
Lester's there. on
Lester's,
84,
yeah, Lester's, yeah.
Mhm.
So, but I think what's happened is that things have changed the way people buy their boating gear.
Right.
And
Well-
we were discussing this before the show. So let's talk
the
about it.
Online retailers, pretty much everything you need for your boat now, you can find it online, have it delivered right to your door, whether it's through Amazon or some other, boating retailer that has an online store. As a matter of fact, I think West Marine does that too.
Yeah,
the
they do.
problem is their brick and mortar stores may have created some real problems for them over the years. I think what was it, like 2010, they restructured and brought in I thought I remember reading something about this story where they brought in some investors or whatever and restructured everything then. But, that was a while ago. And, things haven't gotten better for brick and mortar properties. If anything, it's gotten tougher for them. And I think this might be biting them in the butt in that
could
regard.
be.
But who knows?
And they probably need to, like the area where they didn't build it, they leased it.
Right.
Really was not where I would have put a West Marine. I would have put it further west, because we do have boaters out here that like to go into the Everglades. And that's where I would have put that. And I had spoken to someone at Boat Owners Warehouse one time. I said, if someone wants to get something for the boat, they either have to order it, which I don't always agree with, even though you can get a better price. Sometimes you want to see what you're buying. You want to handle it. You want to, kind of not massage it, but understand what you're getting.
Yeah.
You can't do that when you look at an Amazon or some other company's ad.
Right. Yeah. It's always, I think, better to have, a place where you can go talk to someone who might be familiar with the stuff that they sell. I don't think anybody wants to see West Marine go out of business, and hopefully they will not. However, this could potentially lead to a bunch of stores closing across the country if they have to restructure, as the rumor mill has them going at the moment. But yeah, the thing is, I'm sure they've been working their butts off to try to avoid this at all costs, but maybe they were over leveraged and how they had their leases with different properties, or who knows what's going on there overall. Will it be a hit for the industry if they close a bunch of stores? Hopefully they won't do, they won't close down all of them. you know.
No, I don't think they're going to
and-
do that. I think they're going to look at the stores that still perform.
Yeah.
They'll look at the areas where these stores are located.
Right.
Again,
Mhm.
you want to have them near areas where there's a lot of marine business.
Yeah, but could they
Uh,
do anything differently than what they've done over the last, I don't know, what they've been around for 40, 50 years at least, haven't they?
Well, yeah, they've been around for a long time. I mean, I've always known that number one, they had the best return policies in the world. You never had a problem. They never had a problem taking something back. But number two, on the flip side of that, their prices have always been a little bit higher than other competing stores. So maybe what they'll do is by reducing the amount of money that they're paying towards leases and spaces that maybe aren't producing enough income,
Yeah.
is that they'll lower the prices or maybe become a little bit more competitive with these other businesses so that they
Well,
can stay.
you mentioned competing stores. I mean, what stores are those? I mean, there
Well,
used to be
I kn-
Boat US stores, right? And they're
No,
not.
there
they
was
don't
boat
exist.
owners. There's boat owners warehouse down
Oh,
here.
Okay,
I'm
in South
sure there
Florida.
are some smaller mom and pop type stores
Right.
that are probably, depending on
Wasn't it West Marine and Boat US? Didn't Boat US have
no,
some
Boat
stores?
US is I don't think they had stores, but
I
they
was
had
thinking there was
they're
another.
towing. They're a towing company.
Right, but I was thinking there was a boat. My mind's going. But I was thinking there was that they merged at one time. There was West Marine, and they merged with a big.
No, they had a
chain.
deal where if you were a Boat US member, you can get a discount.
Maybe that's it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway,
But I mean, yeah.
what could they do differently is the question. I'm not so sure in the current economic environment that there's not much else they could do, especially when they're getting hit, from online retailers. It's a very tough economic environment for them to function the way they've functioned for all these years. And
It's
and
going to be
this-
price.
yeah.
They're going to have to compete with price a little bit better. But I would still say I like having brick and mortar stores.
Yeah, support them if you can, I guess. Maybe they can bring their prices down, but, no one wants to see them go away. So we'll watch it closely. More coming up on the World of Boating.
You're listening to the World of Boating Radio Network. You have successfully navigated the Sea of Commerce and now are clear to cruise with the World of Boating.
I do like the water.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
The sun, the sea air, good friends.
Brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
I used to have a boat.
You did?
Yeah, she was pretty damn sweet, man. I love that boat.
So why'd you lose it?
Sometimes the things we love aren't long for this world, Vern. Especially when your alcoholic ex-wife gets drunk and falls overboard and drowns.
This is the World of Boating. Greg, your first mate. That's me, along with Barry the Boater. All right, so West Marine having some rough seas, or at least that's what the scuttlebutt is at the moment. We'll see how that progresses over time. Hopefully, it'll work out best for everybody, for them and for us. We don't want to have less options when it comes to buying stuff for your vessel, and so I think everybody would be in agreement with that, and we'll have to monitor it accordingly. What do you think there, Barry?
No, I agree. And I hope they make it through so that I can have a place to shop when I want to buy something.
Right.
I don't want to have to do it online. I really don't like
I
doing
mean, Barry,
it online.
he just likes going over there and cruising the aisles and just, looking around at all the stuff and,
That's
ooh.
right.
And it's not nearly as creepy as sitting in his man cave at home and doing the same thing on a computer.
Uh-huh.
Doesn't have
Right.
the same effect.
Hey, two things are happening. Two things are happening in May. One's a good thing. One's not such a good thing.
Okay.
So the not such a good thing is that as of May 1st, stone crab season is now over.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
Yeah,
We didn't
it'll
have
start
enough, but
back up.
you can still grab some, can't you? I mean, you can't catch them, but you can find them at the seafood shop
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've had fresh and I've had frozen. And there's
Not
a
the
big
same.
difference. No,
Yeah.
not the same. I mean, just be careful. You go to restaurants and they say they're fresh, and then you ask them, how long have they been on ice? And that'll tell you right
Well,
away.
since May 1st.
Yeah,
least.
right. Something else happens in May.
Okay.
Starting May 16th through the 22nd is National Safe Boating Week. We have it all year round, boating in Florida, essentially.
Right.
But other places, for them, May is springtime, right?
It is.
Yeah.
And
so
May
they're-
16th is the kickoff for Boat Safety Week,
Yes.
which is my birthday.
Oh, it is?
Coincidence? I think.
You
well,
think
probably
not?
it is, actually. It's just coincidence.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But now that you reminded me,
So
I
what do you
have to-
do during Safe Boating Week? What's the plan?
The plan is usually at a lot of the different boat ramps, you'll find that they're giving boating inspections. Now, these inspections don't cost you anything. If they find something wrong, they're not going to penalize you or anything like that. But if they see all the proper equipment there, they'll hand you a little sticker you could put on your windshield somewhere on the boat. Usually, I think it's on the starboard side or port.
Yeah.
Now, I got to go look at my boat to see where it is. But and that sticker is not a get out of jail free card. But I'll tell you what, when I've gone by and I've seen FWC or the local Marine Patrol pulling boats over, I just kind of put on by, and they never even look at me. They see that sticker, and it's
Do you point at it when they're looking at you? Point at it and go,
I don't have little
"Hey!"
like signs
thumbs
pointing
up?
at it saying, "See, I've already." Yeah, no, I don't do that. But
You should.
if you do have that sticker, it seems to help a little bit, unless you're doing something really foolish. And if you go to the safeboatingcampaign.com website, there's all kinds of information, including one that you may like. It's called Beyond the Cell Tower, How to Use iPhone Satellite SOS for Offshore Emergencies. And I have no idea how this works because I don't use an Apple phone, but you are an Apple person. So
Yes. Yeah, I mean, that's a feature of the newer iPhones, yes.
So
And,
how does that work? I mean, it does contact a satellite?
Yeah. It acts as a sat phone in emergencies. So in theory, if you had an emergency and you were out of cell coverage, you would never be totally out of luck. I think there is you got to activate something on the iPhone to let set this up under the emergency settings or something. I just got an upgrade and I haven't done it yet, but I think you have to do, you got to, go through a couple little hoops, but it's not hard to do. But
No.
basically your iPhone ends up being, kind of like a satellite phone in an emergency that could transmit your, your location and like, hey, you're in trouble or something. I mean, you can't like make a phone call, I don't think, but it'll
Yeah, so
track-
I'm reading about it.
track you.
On the safeboatingcampaign.com website, it tells you how to connect, how to activate the SOS iPhone screen.
Right.
Gotta press
SOS, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. You got to press and hold the slide button and either volume button on your iPhone until the emergency SOS slider appears on the screen.
Right.
Drag the slider to initiate an emergency call. So I guess there's a few things you have to do.
Yeah.
And then maybe turn around, click your heels 3 times, and then hope that it works.
Yeah. I don't, and maybe you can make a call. I don't know. I'm not sure if you have to do something in advance to set this up, like before you got into trouble, or if it's just always there if you need it. I'm not positive about that because I haven't looked up on it. But that's part of Boat Safety Week is to have that feature on your iPhone.
If
Be
you have
aware
an
of
iPhone,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I mean, that would definitely, it should be a backup, to a VHF radio system or some kind of emergency plan that you have in place on your vessel. But having that as another possibility to make contact with, with emergency services or something if you had a problem that's a good feature to have.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Are they going to convert you, make you buy an iPhone?
Go to it. No.
I didn't think so. He doesn't care about his safety.
No, I got a personal location beacon.
Okay, well, that's your plan.
So
That's your A plan.
That's always with me. I mean, if I get, First of all, I do wear that little safety loop that is attached to the dead man switch on the engine.
Yeah, your kill switch.
The kill switch.
Lanyard.
So
Yeah.
if I get knocked off the boat for some reason,
'Cause
the
I
boat
pushed
won't
you.
keep going. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you push me.
Right.
And of course, you can't start the engine again because I'll have the device. You won't.
Yes. But I will be able to call someone and say, hey, come get me. Leave this guy out to sea. Sharks got him.
Uh-huh.
Oh, he told me he wanted me to have his boat, though.
Right, but you had a green shirt on, so the radio won't work that day.
Yeah, but I stepped on it the first time with my right foot as opposed to my left.
Okay, so you didn't fall off the boat.
And I had 2 giant pineapples under my T-shirt. He thought
Right.
he thought I was a lady first. And I think, no, these are just pineapples.
Right.
For luck.
You're a sad man.
All right, but that you got a plan A with your kill
Yeah.
switch, but you don't have a plan B with the iPhone, or do you have any other option? Well, you have a portable VHF radio too, right?
I have a portable VHF in a box, but I mean, I have a VHF radio. I keep my personal locator beacon on my PFD, which I wear.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm by myself on the boat. And that's often, so I'll still wear it, but when I'm by myself, that lanyard is on, because I know if we hear about it too many times, boat sails off without the person that's on there because they fell off and they didn't have the kill switch on them.
Right. Extremely unlucky.
Mm-hmm.
Can you even whistle? By the way, you can. No,
I know
is
you
the
can't
answer.
hear me. No, I can whistle, but this microphone doesn't pick it up. We went through that
Well,
already.
that would be bad luck if it did. So I have it set up so Barry is not allowed to whistle, because that'd be extremely bad luck, as we've learned today on the big
Then
show.
you need to remove your shirt.
Yeah, only you would ask for that, and I will not. I will not condone that kind of activity.
Okay.
Barry.
I appreciate that.
Just,
I'm sure everyone on YouTube
keep your
appreciates
personal
it too.
desires to yourself. That's extremely
right.
bad luck. Bad
Well, I'm
taste.
sorry that Ireland let you go and didn't keep you there with them.
Okay. Well, on that note, we'll just wrap it up. All right. Till next time, remember, whether it is sail or motor,
life is better as a boater.
Safe boating, everyone.
Come back here, you barnacle-bitten swab!
World of Boating is brought to you by worldofboating.com, your internet portal for the boating enthusiast.
Any of this getting through to you, son?
World of Boating is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Computer standing by.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past shows worldwide over the internet at worldofboating.com.
Computers can do that?
So tell a friend and come aboard every week for the World of Boating.
This is so great. I can't wait. I'm getting goosebumps. Feel me. Feel me.
The radio show devoted exclusively to the boating lifestyle.
TTFN, ta-ta for now.
The opinions you just heard on the World of Boating are those of the hosts, callers, and guests. They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
What are you being such a weenie for?
While on the water, your safety and the safety of many others depends on you. So boat smart and operate your vessel only after receiving the proper training and instruction for your area.
There is a fine line between genius and madness.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at worldofboating.com.